Welcome, everybody. We're about to get started. Make sure you send out a text. Make sure you let everybody know to jump on. Good evening, family. We're going to get started shortly with our video. Be right back with you shortly.
Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.
Pain is temporary. It may last for a minute, or an hour, or a day, or even a year. But eventually, it will subside, and something else will take its place. If I quit, however, it will last forever.
The margin for error is so small. I mean, 1/2 a step too late or too early, and you don't quite make it. One half second too slow, too fast, you don't quite catch it. The inches we need are everywhere around us. They're in every break of the game, every minute, every second.
You got a dream, you got to protect it. People can't do
One second, folks, having some slow internet problems. All righty. Well, we're not going to belabor the time. We'll have to circle back on another inspirational video on another day.
something themselves. They want to tell you you can't do it. You want something, go get it. Period.
Don't be afraid to fail. You can't always win, but don't be afraid of making decisions.
You have to believe that something different can happen. He who says he can and he who says he can't are both usually right.
That most of you say you want to be successful, but you don't want it bad. You just kind of want it. You don't want it badder than you want to party. You don't want it as much as you want to be cool. Most of you don't want success as much as you want to sleep.
Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us.
Deep down, dig deep down, ask yourselves, who do you want to be? Figuring out for yourselves what makes you happy, no matter how crazy it may sound to the people.
Make a choice. Like, just decide what it's going to be, who you're going to be, how you're going to do it. Just decide.
Why not? Why can't I be the MVP of the league? Why can't I be the best player in the league? I don't see why. Why can't I do that?
What did you say to the kid? It ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. Get up. Get up. And don't ever give up.
We can stay here, get the shit kicked out of us, or we can fight our way back into the light. We can climb out of hell. 1 inch at a time.
To be able at any moment to sacrifice what you are for what you will become. Most of you won't be successful because when you're studying and you get tired, you quit. I don't do well in math. You're right. You ain't never studied. I'm not good in writing because you have never written before.
Talent you have naturally. Skill is only developed by hours and hours and hours of beating on your craft. If you are not making someone else's life better, then you're wasting your time.
Don't cry to give up. Cry to keep going. Don't cry to quit. You already in pain. You already hurt. Get a reward from it.
Now, if you know what you're worth, now go out and get what you're worth. But you gotta be willing to take the hits and not point the finger saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that.
Because every day is a new day. Every moment is a new moment. So now you got to go out and show them that I'm a different creature. Now.
I'm going to show you how great I am.
The 17th chapter of St. Luke is written, the kingdom of God is within man, not one man nor a group of men, but in all men, in you. You, the people, have the power to create machines, the power to create happiness. You, the people, have the power to make this life free and beautiful, to make this life a wonderful adventure.
Now, what are you gonna do?
Because limits, like fears,
All right, Brother Jamal, yeah.
If there's anything in life that you don't currently have right now, it's because of who you are and how you think.
Hey, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Can everybody hear me out there? Can I be heard?
Yes, sir.
All right, very good, very good. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the huddle. If it's Wednesday night, if you're trying to get ahead and you're trying to make progress, this must be the huddle personal development and team building strategy session right here, hosted by the Union on your Zoom platform, wherever you are on the planet. So we've been joined by people from all over the globe, and I'm not going to keep you too long, but I'm going to remind you of something that is very essential. Then I'm going to present to you somebody who will take you further in the program and give you more of what you heard at the top of the hour from Mr. Amazing, Mr. Rodney Roach himself. What we need to do, brothers and sisters, neighbors and friends, ladies and gentlemen, is to stay plugged in, stay connected, and get the support that we need for the huddle. I'm going to focus your attention on some of the faces that you see on your screen right now. And as you see them, you see some names that are legendary in the world of network marketing. You see some up-and-comers who are making their legend as we speak. We see some folks who are moving and doing things in this business that is amazing in normal times, but is double amazing. Because what we're doing right now, we're doing in a period of history that the world has never seen. I'm not going to be long tonight, but I got to be strong tonight. I've got to tell you that, yes, you expect for Mr. Michael Dalco to do the things that he's doing. He's a legend. You expect for Mr. Ty Best to do the things that he's doing. He's a legend. You expect the various different things that you see, but when you see the growth and the progress of Mr. Rodney Roach, when you see the growth and progress of a Kevin 2X Thompson, a Brian Battle, when you see the growth and progress of Mr. Dante Taylor and Mr. Al Murray, Miss Tanisha Glaspie, and Mr. Rodney Berger, you're looking at a culture of success. And how does that culture of success find itself growing within you and me? How do we take advantage of it? We take advantage of it by staying connected and plugged in. I thought about this subject tonight before I introduce to you the speaker I'm going to bring on. But you know, when you are staying plugged in and you're staying connected, you're bringing out your individual greatness by means of the team concept. I'm going to say it again. Your individual greatness finds its most flourishing expression in the team concept. I wanted to ask you to look back in your album collection. I said albums. That's right. I said albums. Yeah, I said it. Look back in your album connection tonight and you'll see back there an album called Kind of Blue. Everybody has it. It's the greatest selling jazz album in the history of the music industry. It's recorded by a band leader whose name you may remember. I know you had it, Denise. You may remember his name. His name is Miles Dewey Davis. Miles Davis is a well-known trumpeter, an auteur, an advancer of the music from the traditional to the avant-garde without ever missing a step nor a beat and doing it in style while he did it. But on this album, All Blue, or Kind of Blue rather, he had a band that included himself and other individuals who are great. Individuals with names like John Coltrane, Cannonball Adderley, Bill Evans, Wynton Kelly, Paul Chambers, Jimmy Cobb. These great names of musicians who would go on to be band leaders themselves and would advance the music in their own right. But in this great occasion, they came together and formed what would be a standard for all time. What we're looking at in this expression tonight from Team Union, in this expression from Team Freedom, in this expression from the Eagles team, in this expression from Wealth Builders Worldwide all over the planet, what we're looking at tonight, fam, is an opportunity to have our individual greatness expressed in the team dynamic. I want to make sure that everybody understands the team dynamic is available to you. All you have to do is stay connected and get plugged in and stay plugged in. Look at all these numbers. Look at all these connections. Look at all the things that are on the screen right in front of you. There's not a single hour of a single day that you're not on the line or within minutes of being on the line with life-saving information that can grow your business overnight. So let's get out our drumsticks. Let's pick up our saxophones. Let's pick up our trumpets, man. Let's stand next to our basses and get to playing a tune on the bass viol. Because we are about to have our individuality expressed in the team concept, and there's no limit to what we can do. Life will hit, but we can take what life brings and produce for ourselves, and you are the living proof. No pandemic can stop you. No economic collapse can stop you. No social distancing or shelter in place can stop you. Nothing can stop you because you have huddled with your brothers and sisters and made up your mind and touched and agreed and determined that this is something we can do. Come on, y'all, let's get on the bandstand and make some pretty music. Let's make some pretty music and stay plugged in. Now, the man I want to introduce to you tonight, really needs no introduction. He really doesn't. He's a man whose story has become legend since before he told it on stage at Let's Go Weekend last year. He is a man whose life experience has led him from one place where he was to the place where he is, and he has his vision firmly fixed on where he's going to go. Of course, as we are often taught to say, he knows 110% of the information. Of course, he has a great time doing this business. Of course, he makes bushels of money. Heck, I was over his house last week, and at breakfast table, they had the napkins made out of $20 bills. So money ain't no problem for this brother and his family. So yes, he does all that. But more importantly, he helps us to know what we can do to focus and make ourselves great. His story is a story that many of us may not have ever lived the details of, but we've lived the feeling of it. And we know what it feels like to be a comeback victor. We know what it feels like to reach the heights of where we are, and we still got higher to go. When you think about what it is to be like Mr. Rodney Roach, a Gold Directory Elite 3, when you think about what it is to be like Miss Sheila Abram and Mr. Stephen London Morris out in California, a dual generational powerhouse, hitting hard in the way of business all over the world. When you think about what this is, then you understand. The goodness that we seek is within our reach. Let's put it now within our grasp. So let me bring to the microphones so that he can address you, my brother, my friend, my sponsor in the Carrot Bars business, and he's a Gold Director Elite 3, by the way. Now, you just keep looking at Gold Director Elite 3. Wow. And he does it consistently, and he does it well and with great spirit. Let's bring to the microphones and cameras at this time my brother and yours, Brother Kevin 2X Thompson. Brother Kevin.
Oh man. I was sitting here saying to myself, who in the world is this man talking about? I said, good, I had to come run and jump in my chair. Thank you, Brother Jamil. I appreciate that amazing introduction. Man, I'm fired up today, you guys, man, listening to that inspirational video. Thank you so much, Mr. Roach, for playing that. Even in its choppiness, man, we got to understand that the interferes of magic, they always gonna play, they always gonna get in the way, but it's up to you to have the courage and had an understanding to push and the wherewithal to push it through. So once again, I want to thank you, Brother Minister Jamil Muhammad, for that amazing introduction. And I thank the esteemed panel, starting with Mr. and Mrs. Tyrone and Valerie Best, for this platform and being able to come before this platform before you guys to be able to address you. And I thank Mr. Michael and Monisha Delco for being the predecessors, the individuals that paved the way to give to us the ability to be able to be in the positions that we're in. I thank you guys. I thank the guests and everybody. And tonight I want to come to you and hit right in, because we know that the time is limited. And so therefore what I've done is I've taken to myself a topic of minding your business as a subject matter tonight. I wanted to come before that because I think that it's, and a lot of times people, or at least especially, with the team, you hear me say that over and over and over and over again. Mind your business. I say it over and over again. Say, what you gonna teach on? Mind your business. Because it sets the platform and the precedent for exactly what we're huddling up for. It sets it. See, when you keep in your mind, when you understand that this process that we have all come to journey with, it's not about us. It's not about you as an individual. And see, some of us, we got to get and step out the side of being selfish, thinking about your monetary gratification. You trying to chase money. You trying to get, something. But we tell each other all the time that the more you help someone get what they want, the more that you'll get what you want by default. So I took a few little notes and I wrote down a couple of thoughts, and I wanted to just kind of, hopefully help me out a little bit, because I'm jacked up right now, man. So much amazing stuff has been going on. And man, the calls earlier today, man. Woo, I hope you guys is plugged in, because we on a journey. But anyway, focus was one of the first things that I wrote down on my page. When I started writing my bullet points down and taking my notes to myself, I said, one of the main things in minding your business is focus. Being able to keep out all the noise of all the world's distractions that we have as we embark upon a journey. Did you realize, or did you know, that any time that you set yourself to say, hey, I'm going to do this or I'm going to do that, maybe it's you want to lose a few pounds. I don't know. Maybe it's that you want to get you a home and be the owner of that. I don't know. But whenever you make that decision, there's always the energy of the universe that can impart upon you the challenge of checking to see if you really for that decision. I'm going to say that again. There's going to always be the time when something's going to come in to challenge what you set out to do. So you got to focus yourself, be laser beam focused to ward out the distractions, the next bright, shiny object. Because see, we are bearing witness right now within our world of carrot bars of how sometimes you just got to be patient. And the answers to your patience will reveal themselves. Man, I just keep on going back and reading back on the latest news and seeing how Mr. Harold Sykes has laid out this plan for us for the next several months to come. And I've been laser beam focused, which I'm asking you to do too. See, you got to learn how to examine your back office, how to examine it, how to go in and strategically understand how the money is being made. See, these are parts of minding your business. And understand, when I say mind your business, that means that you got to stay focused. You ain't got to be over here on your neighbor's paper. You got to stay focused on yours. And then you can understand how those components get built in the back office. And the more that you understand how the money gets made, the more you can understand how to make the money. So examining your back office. Another thing that we want to do as we go out into building our business, being a part of this mind that we're digging in, is that you just want to drip. Just drip on your prospects. Don't fire hose your people that you're coming in contact with a bunch of information, because sometimes you think that it's about you and trying to share the information, but maybe the person that you're talking to don't respect your business acumen. I know I didn't. When my sponsor came to me and he told me about carrot bars, it was because of the way he delivered it to me that I almost missed. And it took 17 months for me to come back later to revisit the conversation. Today, I was in an experience at my banker. I went to the bank to deal with some trust issues that I'm dealing with. And I was talking to my banker, and we had the conversation, and most of the people that know me, they know that I'm always in that double Dutch moment. I'm waiting for that moment to jump in and be able to drop some information about carrot bars. And so we got to talking, and I slid the 5-gram card to him across the table, and he looked at it and he said, "Yeah, I've been hearing about this." And he picked his cell phone up and he showed me where he's been added to a group that's been talking about Carrot Bars International. But what he said to me next blew my mind. He said the person that had brought him the information and had introduced it to him and also had put him into this group, he didn't respect her business acumen. She didn't explain the information the way that I had explained the information to him. And it was just from a drip. I never said anything about the company. He saw it on the card. I just told him that I was utilizing it as a way to put my savings away. We're sitting in the bank. I said, this was the tool that I'm utilizing right now. And I've been using all different things, but this is the one that I found to be most successful. And so it was the delivery of that and the energy of what we talked about that made him open his mind to say, you know what, I'm going to go back this evening and I'm going to revisit some of this information. See, sometimes it's not about you. It's about the message. And I wrote down on my notepad, where did I put it? I said, the wheels of information lie on communication for its transformation. Man, I'm going to say that again. The wheels of information lie on communication for its transformation. The way you communicate the message is what holds the responsibility, holds it together for its transfer. You could have the information, but we talk all the time. Mr. Best says it all the time. It's not what you say, it's what they hear you say. And this is part of digging and mining into your business. You got to be able to mine in your business. It was so amazing to me when this took place, and I just delivering that, man. He said to me also, as we had the conversation, he said that there's no condition that's permanent except for death. I remember one of the times when I heard for the first time Mr. Tyrone Best say, don't give up on your blue dots. And it was that drip of us constantly feeding in. And I received the message quickly because I know that I was one of those individuals. It took me 17 months to come back and listen to the information. And most of the people, you guys know the story. After 4 days after that, the explosion took place. And now we have Team Freedom. There's no condition that is permanent except for death. So a person who's thinking one way today can always change their mind tomorrow. It's not good to place judgment on what you see in motion, because what you see today, you might not see tomorrow. You might not see the next day. It's up to us to just be the vessels of the message. We just got to be the vessels of the ones that deliver, because you possibly could be standing in the way of somebody else's yes. At the moment that we constantly or continuously prejudge individuals and don't share the information, you just never know that you might be prejudging your blessing. So in my conclusion, as I wrap this up, I want to share something with everybody that really laid very big in my spirit. I saw this and I thought about it as we embark upon a new journey that we're getting ready to ride in with our V999. The platform that we have that's getting ready to be exposed with us with our new gold standard coin. When we purchase those coins, I want you to think of it from this standpoint right here. And I hope that you guys can see this. $20 bill. But I want you to pay close attention to this serial number that's right here on this bill. And if you notice on this serial number, the last two digits is an 85. And then the next one is 86. And then the next one is 87. And then the next one, 88, 89, and so forth. I promise y'all I didn't print these myself. But I got this out of the ATM machine, and it came to me. I said, wait a minute. Don't you realize that when you take this $20 bill and you take it to the store and you place it in the hands of a cash register, that person puts it into the cash register. You just went and paid for your merchandise or whatever it is that you have. And the person behind you in the line comes with the $50 bill and they needed to break that. So now that person in the cash register gives them this 20, the one that says 85. Imagine if each one of these bills, when it was given to you, was stamped with your name on it. Imagine if this number was registered to you. And every single time this bill now goes into circulation and goes to this register and then that person's hand and then comes back to that person. Imagine the last time you put out a $20 bill and that same $20 bill came back to you. Probably never happened in life. But how many times do you think around the world that $20 bill circulated? That's what we're getting ready to embark upon with our V999. When you go in and you are able to be the first owners, the first person that received, see this fresh money, this straight off the press, it's still dripping, you guys. It's dripping with ink. Just like our coin is going to be dripping with gold. It's time for us to understand what we got our hands on, family, and mind your business. Understand. See, you can't put yourself in a position to, just because the information is overwhelming, you know, that you back yourself up from the seat or you give up. You got to have the courage to have the wherewithal to stick in the race. How many times you ever been somewhere in a line and all of a sudden, because the line wasn't really all straight in there, somebody come and say, hey, everybody, hold on, get over here, get in, and everybody get to scrambling. But then you just kind of wait, be patient, and slide in space, in place. See, right now, that's what we got to do. That's the position we got to be in as we embark upon a journey. Yes, the information is new, but guess what? When you went to school on the first day of school, the information was new. You're meeting new people. You're meeting new friends. You got to take and be able to say to yourself, this is a new journey. But if you got vision to understand that at the end of the year, I'm going to graduate with my papers, that's the position that we're in, family. We got to ride with the teacher, with the professor, with the individuals that are going to guide us to diplomacy. That's the position that we're sitting in right now at this time. So as I leave you guys, I want you to just think about the journey, but the journey of minding your own business. Would you rather be the individual, the person that's concerning about the coin that you got? Or would you rather have a huge team of individuals that went out and put those coins out there based upon you setting the flame? You got to think about it today, you guys. That's how I felt. That's the message that was imparted on me today as I thought about exactly how I wanted to come before you, thanking the leadership that has put this platform together so that I can be a student of what is taking place. See, no one of us has to come forward and be the one to impart all of this. We have a platform. It's like back in the day when I was little and they had that cartoon that used to come on called Voltron, and it was a leg and an arm and the head, and then when they all came together, they was, yeah. We gotta be that Wealth Builders Worldwide Voltron, guys. We gotta be that the way that we come together with everybody and embark upon the journey. You gotta remember. You got to commit yourself to be a part of history, or sit on the sideline and read about it. But make a decision, because sometimes you could end up in somebody else's way who's trying to make the progress. So once again, as I leave you, and I hand this esteemed panel back over to our main man, Mr. Rodney Roach, I want to leave you with these last words. Don't be led by your fears. Be driven by the belief in your dreams. Live your life full and die empty. Back to you, Mr. Roach.
Man, fire, fire, fire. Give it up to him in the chat, y'all. Give it up to him in the chat. That's right, man. Listen, another star on the team just left us with our mouth wide open. The business acumen that he has, the nuggets, the tools that he just gave you to help you continuously mind your business. All right, folks, that was a great inspirational part. Now we're going to shift to some things that are technical, some things educational that you need to know so that you can properly move your business forward in what we're currently doing. And we have a couple of trainers that's been educating for years on this process. And so this gentleman, I had the pleasure of meeting him, even hanging out with him for a little while in Las Vegas. And, you know, he struck me as one who knows a whole lot about this business and a whole lot of the ins and outs. And he's been instrumental on helping a lot of people get things done. And so right alongside him, his mom, Ms. Sheila Abram, has been doing some great things too. We always gain some information and some value from her. So without further ado, I introduce to you all Mr. Stephen London Morris and Ms. Sheila Abrams. Turn it over to you guys.
You might be muted or your mic's not up. Still can't hear you.
You sound like a chipmunk.
You know what? We dial in on your phone and mute your camera.
Yeah, I stopped laughing when I said sound like a chipmunk.
It worked perfectly when we practiced it. I don't know what's going on there.
The technology, I tell you, screwed me up earlier. So, but yeah, folks, I know people are confused as to, you know, the next process, where we're going, how to get there. You know, they're going to make this pretty simple for us. So just stay tuned. I hope you got your pen and pad. You want to take copious notes on what they're going to be teaching us tonight. And the important part on that is the issues on the small little challenges or errors that you want to pay attention to that. So over to you guys.
I think he's raised his hand. He needs to be brought in as a panelist so he could speak on his phone as well.
Okay, perfect.
There you go.
Okay, awesome. Can you all hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay, perfect. So as Mr. Rodney Roach was saying, I've been tasked tonight with informing you all on a few technical processes. I promise it's going to be fun though. that was my main goal, was to turn, how can I turn in instruction and some numbers fun. So first, I'm going to cover the V999 registration process as it's going right now. The entire system might change in the next few weeks because we're in the beta version. And I'm then going to cover what the V999 coin is, because I tell you, I've had a hard time sleeping because I've never seen anything like what we have our hands on right now. So for right now, I'm going to go ahead and cover what the registration process is for the V999. And I encountered this document PDF on the Karatbar's World page. It was created by a gold director, Elite 3, and it basically summarizes a lot of things. And I will mention some tips if you are encountering a few commonly encountered mess ups that happen on the system. We are in beta. And so without further ado, I will dive in. Here we go. First of all, the site that we need to go ahead and register at is V999.io. And it's important that we really pay attention to some housekeeping. The site is for Carrot Bar's affiliates and customers. So this site isn't a site you should be sending any of your prospects to. If you have a prospect who is interested in the coin, then sign them up. You know, an account with Carrot Bars is free. So this is honestly a very good time. I have a friend right now who is interested in the prospect of a gold security coin token. So I already know that signing him up for a Carrot Bars account is just a very easy thing now. I can now put him into the funnel. So it's actually a very good prospecting opportunity that the site is for affiliates only. And for right now, when you go to the site, they are going to ask for a username and password. And it's very important that we remember that the username and password, it's not your Carrot Bars password and ID. It is Carrot Bars and Carrot Bars pass. And if you ever see the word username, it's always going to be a Carrot Bars and a Carrot Bars pass. The only time that we're going to be putting in any personal information will be our email and password to the platform after our accounts are made, which I'll cover later. But just for the future, if you ever, for right now, see the word username, that's just Carrot Bars, and the password is a Carrot Bars pass. And so next, once you after you put in the information, you are going to be taken to the platform. I encourage that you take a look at the platform. They have an amazing video on the main page right here that gives some information for what the project is. And at the top, we have some prices of our coin, which is actually tied to the price of a tenth of a gram of cash gold and a few other things. But on the site, just go ahead and click on the top right on the word register. And after you click the word register, they're going to probably ask you to put in your username and passwords. So it's going to still be Carrot Bars and Carrot Bars pass. And so then when you're on the platform, they are going to say that the pre-registration is only for affiliates and that the token sale starts at the end of July, which as of now is the 31st of July. So for this entire month, the only thing we're doing is signing up for the platform. So if you encounter any problems, don't freak out. The only thing we're doing is signing up. And then the sale is going to happen from August until mid-October. So we have many months to go about acquiring the coin as well. So there really isn't a need to panic if you encounter a slight problem. So after we click on OK, this whole process is for affiliates. They are going to ask you for some personal data. I advise that when it comes to putting in your name, if you use your browser like Firefox or Chrome, there might be an autofill, which is where you type in your name and you're then able to have it automatically fill out fields. I suggest that you don't do autofill. There might be a chance that they might put in the wrong email. We're supposed to put in the email associated with our account on Carrot Bars. So there's a chance that the autofill might mess you up. For things like your name, make sure that it's your full name as it appears on your KYC documents. Yes, we have another KYC process, but because of the magnitude of what we have our hands on and this whole platform, it's very needed that they do, dot their I's and that they cross their T's. And so for things like the phone number, make sure that your country code is correct and or that you are in the right country. They ask you for the affiliate ID. Put in the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Most of us are encountering problems with the affiliate ID. I did myself. So if that part isn't working for you, just tick the box, I don't have an affiliate ID, and then you should be able to go forward. And they will then have you click on sign up. If everything is correct, they're going to go ahead and send you a confirmation email. And the email address should hopefully arrive in your inbox. But if not, check common things such as your promotions, your spam, your junk. And if you know how to add the no reply at V999.io to your whitelist so that the emails don't get flagged in the future if you encountered that. And so then when you actually find the email, they're going to go ahead and prompt you to confirm. I suggest that you finish the process on a device that you have all of your documents on. So if your picture of your ID and your bill is on your phone, then complete the process on your phone, as opposed to you open it on your computer, but you don't have any of your information on your computer. And so after you confirm the email, they're going to take you back to the platform, taking you to the next step. They are going to have you confirm your identity. For things such as your date of birth and your country and whatnot, they have you typically select off of a list, or they have you pick your birthday off of a calendar. Don't forget to double check that you have the correct thing there. I encountered a problem at the beginning where I basically picked my birthday, but it picked the day before. And so I basically had to pick it twice. And then the second time it was correct. So it's a possibility. And then just make sure that things such as your country of residence and your place of birth might match what's on your documents. For testing purposes, they are just having us tick, I am not subject to the United States income tax, and I'm not a politically exposed person. That is just for testing purposes. And then after that, just tap next step. Next, it's your address. Make sure that your address is what's on your KYC documents. Very simple. For your banking details, that we just have to click on, I don't want to share my bank details for now, and then click next step. And now's the fun part. We're just uploading our KYCs. I think as affiliates of Carrot Bars, we have a lot of experience with this, so it's very common. Just real fast, if you encounter an error where you upload a document and the whole screen goes white, that basically means that the file was too large. But some tips for your KYCs are: make sure that you're able to see all the outside edges of the pictures you're uploading. Make sure that the pictures are clear and not blurry. If you're uploading your driver's license, make sure that you're uploading the front and the back. If it's a picture of your passport, be sure to include both of the pages and all outside edges. For your pictures, make sure that they're 5 megabytes in size. Well, that they're no larger than 5 megabytes in size, and the platform should already warn you about that. They can be in JPEG, PNG, or PDF. If they're too small or too large, you might need to adjust them. There are a lot of free services online. If you do a search on a search engine, shrink my file size, there are a lot of free platforms that will do it for you. So if your documents are too large, there are many resources out there to just shrink it to a size that you need. And then you'll click, once completed, submit KYC. And they are going to send you a lovely congratulations message. And the process, they say, takes a day. Mine was done overnight, but I have heard some affiliates say that it took them 2 days or so. So it all depends. You'll know if there was a problem if you sign in and they take you back to the KYC screen. That means there was a problem with your documents. I currently haven't received any kind of message confirming. So it's just something that you check manually yourself for right now. But if you are able to log in, then you'll see the back office. And so a pop quiz for everyone. The way to log in is just go back to V999.io. They're going to probably ask you for your username and password. I know we just made our account, but if we still see the name or the word username, you're going to still put in caret bars and caret bars pass. On the site, you are going to click on the word log in, and they might ask you for your for the username and password, and you're going to still put in a caret bars and a caret bars pass. But once you're on the login screen, they're going to ask for your email and password, and that's where you're able to put in your email and password attached to the account now. And then after your session, just remember to log out. And so those are the steps right now for the process of signing up for the platform. I would say that it isn't too technical, but then just have patience. I would say that I am happy that we have this month to just focus on signing up, because once the sale starts, we are going to be shifting into another mode, because what we have our hands on is monumental. And I prepared a presentation. I call it Why V999. I wanted it to rhyme a little bit. Why V999? Because I've been over the moon with the opportunity we have. And I'm constantly watching, the videos and the news off of Dr. Seitz, just thinking, is he sure that he wants us to have the opportunity that we have? Because I've never encountered anything like this. And I hope I'm wrong when I say this, but I don't know if I'll ever have an opportunity like this again. But actually, because we know Dr. Seitz, we might have an opportunity like this again in the future. We don't know. But then just to get into what is V999. V999 is a security token. And just to keep it very simple, a security token and a stable coin, both are being thrown around. We are a security token. A security token is very similar to a stable coin, so we are using it a bit interchangeably, but a security token is more regulated, which is what our coin is. Our coin is audited and whatnot, just to verify the authenticity of the gold and the volume. But for the purposes of this presentation, we are just going to use them interchangeably. Each of the V999 tokens are backed by 1/10 of a gram of cash gold. The gold that is representing our coins are going to be stored in a vault, and they'll be audited. And us as Karatbars affiliates, we have an opportunity to own a part of the circulating supply, which is something I haven't heard of any opportunity in this arena that has allowed people to come in and really have this level of ownership of a token. And what's even better is that we're able to earn some residuals off of the coins when they're bought and sold after we sell them. So to give a very brief example, the way that we're going to make money off of this system is off of the fees. So let's say you have $5,000 in the V999 coin. Each coin is 1/10 of a gram of gold, but it is possible to have so much that it amounts to $5,000. In order to make the money off of the transactions, we have to sell them. We have to put our coins to work, send them out, and they have to get going on the market. So to even make money off of our gold, we have to sell our gold and make money. Just think about that. We have to sell our coins for them to earn us more money. And so once they're out there, they're going to be changing hands. I would like to give a shout out to Mr. Thompson. I guess a great minds think alike, because I had the exact same example tonight about the dollar. Folks, just take a look at your $1 bill. Just picture how many times has your dollar exchanged hands just in the past year. That can be a lot of hands. And then imagine if just off of one of your dollars exchanging hands, you earned a commission. Now imagine if you had multiple dollars, because that would be the goal. If my dollar could earn me commission, I'd be buying as many dollars as I can. But our coin is not a dollar, it's gold. And so without the fees work, each coin earns a 0.02% transaction fee as it's bought and sold. And just to clarify, that's not 2%. It's 0.02%. So it's 2% of 1%. That fee might seem small, but it really adds up over time. So for example, if 5,000 worth of your V999 coins are bought and sold, that can either be if all of your coins are bought and sold, and or who knows, let's say some of your coins are just kept in someone's wallet, but then a bunch of your coins are just working for you. That can add up to $5,000 worth of transactions. The transaction fee commission will earn is $1 off of the coins just being bought and sold on the market, us doing no work. And so after 100 transactions, if there are $5,000 worth of transactions happening and we earn $1 times 100, that's $100 passive. And the reason why I say 50 trades, this is the genius part about it. This is what's genius, is that on an exchange, right? If one person is buying a coin off of someone else, they are getting a fee for buying. If someone is selling, they're also getting a fee to sell for the same coin. That means that both fees are occurring at the same time. So in one trade, there are 2 transactions. So really, to earn that $1, your coins, your $5,000 worth of coins just have to go through 50 trades. to earn the $100. Just 50 trades of that volume. So it's actually faster than 100 transactions. It's only 50 trades. And here's what's killer about this, is that the transactions are for life. They are tied to you. So on our account, on the platform, we are going to see that our balance is going to reflect all of the fees that we're incurring on the markets. And the amazing thing about the markets is that they don't sleep. You know, on the West, we might be asleep, but the folks on the East are trading, they're on fire. So our coins can get used wherever at any hour. And so if you're wondering, is it really possible for us to get that volume? I by no means am saying, look, folks, first week out the gate, we are going to earn 1,000 transactions and, you know, we're going to be free. I'm not saying that. These things do take time to build up, but the potential is there. And I will show you why. Let's take a look at the top stable coin on the market. It's called Tether. It is a USDT. Tether is currently ranked 3 on the entire market. At the beginning of the year, Tether was actually ranked 4. But ever since people started flocking to the market after the Corona crisis, well, after the pandemic, and then after the recession started, people have been flocking to a stable coin. And on CoinMarketCap, they are calling it asset-backed. Now, I think it's funny as a Karatbars affiliate to say that cash is an asset, but for Tether, it is backed by $1 for each coin, and they're calling it a store of value. Now, I know for us in a Karatbars, we know something else is a greater store of value than cash. And to explain why people are so big on a stable coin, it's because just imagine you made 10 grand off of your KBC, right? Let's say that KBC skyrocketed to a price we've never seen before, right? We know that the price is going to probably go back down because we just know how the market works. I could sell it for Bitcoin, but then for Bitcoin, that's also very, very volatile. Who knows what will happen to the price of Bitcoin within the hour? What folks do is when a coin is really, really, really good, they put their profits into the stable coin because their profits in the Tether or on our coin, they're going to be locked to whatever the dollar or gold is going for, so that when the market goes back down, they have their earnings and they're able to buy back all of the coin they sold, if not more. And it's also good for long-term holding. You know, like if you wanted to cash out some of your crypto for a bill, but you don't want to deal with KBC or Bitcoin, you know, with the ups and the downs, put it into a stable coin and its value is going to be protected by the asset. And for Tether, you know, it's rank 3. This is from yesterday. Tether did $23 billion in volume. $23 billion in volume during a recession. People are still flocking to Tether. Tether only has 9 billion coins and or dollars, yet 23 billion is circulating. That means a lot of people are buying, selling, buying, selling, buying, selling. So if Tether's doing this and is backed by an asset like the US dollar, what do you think we can do with a token backed by gold. Because let's take a look at gold. And look, this chart I based off of figures I had yesterday. And we see that back in 2008, we had the Great Recession. I was only a teenager, but I remember the impacts of it. And within 4 years, gold got to that fabled $1,800 mark. And I joined Karatbars in the year 2014. And all of these years, we've been saying, man, let's just wait until gold gets to $1,800. And, you know, I was young and I'm like, will it really? You know, I admit that I was a bit cocky or well, just, you know, a bit narrow-minded on the potential of gold. But look, off of what I had yesterday, gold during this pandemic, during countries going through recessions, we've gotten to 1787. And you know what? I was shocked this morning when I saw people posting online, gold has crossed $1,800. $1,800, and it's unfortunate to say, but I can't say that we're out of this pandemic or we're out of a recession. We might just be going into it. People flock to gold in times of unrest, and we have an election, and we have other things going on where people might flock to gold more. That's what the experts are saying. I am not a financial advisor, but I think we can maybe expect some more activity to happen. And the beauty of it is that our coin is backed by gold. So by holding the coin as well, you have gold in your hands. And so now I just wanted us to think about getting in where we fit in. Each 1/10 of a gram of gold, which is 1 token, can earn us residuals after we sell it. Let's say we come in very, very modest. It is possible to earn 13 cents off of 100 transactions. That is honestly not a lot of money. But then look, what if you decide to come in at just 6 grams of gold, you really save up, after 100 transactions, you are able to earn almost $8. That's a cup of coffee and I guess some change left over. It is crazy what inflation does to us, right? Let's say we have an ounce. With 1 ounce, we are able to earn $40, and then with a 2.5 ounce, we can earn $100 off of passive residuals. You know, these are just figures taken off of the main platform, but they're real. So I think we need to just think about what's our next steps. First, we need to save a lot of gold, save a lot of cash gold. This has been our directive this entire time. Save a lot of cash gold, and we have until October 15th to come into this thing with as much as we can. Next, we need to just tell a lot of people, you know, that has been our directive all along. People have been saving their money during this crisis, and we know that gold is a safe haven. And the beauty of our Karatbars comp plan is that we earn free gold through the multi-packs and through Gold Miner. We just had to pay out on Monday. And lastly, circle back. We have a lot of affiliates who can participate in this thing. There are affiliates who have bonus unival off of the 35% bonuses from way back when. We have affiliates who have CEM codes. Those are going to become V999. And then lastly, we have affiliates who got gold off of the KCB profit packages. They can turn that gold into the new coin. So there's a lot of opportunity for us to come in heavy on this thing and to bring our downlines there with us and to sponsor new people who are looking for real security backed to a real asset that has a real store value. And so with that, back to you, Mr. Rodney Roach.
Wow, great job, man. I wish we probably had some more time, especially for the Q&A, but we probably need to do another special session at a different time, just to get folks' questions answered, because this is vitally important. But you all know you can, don't bombard them, but you can reach out to Mr. Morris and Miss Abram to get your questions answered as well. Oh, man. Great job. I certainly appreciate you bringing that content. Y'all give it up for Mr. Stephen London Morris. Yes, great job. Give it up to him in the chat. Yes, yes, yes. I don't know if y'all remember, and I'll say this briefly, that movie The Wiz. And you remember the Tin Man, you know, he was saying, oil, right? There are a lot of people out here right now, right? They're waiting for us to provide them with their Carrot Bars oil, right? Because after the Tin Man got oiled, he was able to get himself together and really get running. And that's how a lot of people right now, they're looking, they're starving, they're stuck. We need to get these multi-gold packs to them so that they can participate. Any final words, Mr. Dalco, before we turn it over to Mr. Williams?
No, man, awesome call. I will say one little half a thing. If you guys were excited about what Mr. Morris just said, imagine if it was even better than that. Leave that right there. Great call today, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate it. All right, folks. Great huddle. Looking forward to seeing you guys again the next time. Bring as many people. We want to pack this thing out, spill it over 500. Like, make Mr. Dalco upgrade to the next one. On to you, Mr. Roger Williams. Don't forget to get folks on this presentation. He will lock it down. On to you, sir. Everybody have a blessed evening. Good night.
Thank you, Mr. Roach. And wow, what a phenomenal